Good morning, everyone. First, let me thank the organizers of 10th Malaysian Hybrid Conference on Healthy Aging, MCHA, for giving me an opportunity to present this topic on art of Ayurveda. I'm sure everybody knows about this word. Maybe I'm just trying to give you some introduction and what is this Ayurveda is all about and how this system works and what are the plus points, what are the minus points, what are the challenges we have. What is Ayurveda? Ayurveda, the knowledge of life. It's two words. Ayus means life and Veda means knowledge. So knowledge of life is the complete name of, or complete word exactly if you translate it, it is the knowledge of life. Just understand it. Knowledge of life. It is actually giving you an information how to lead a very healthy, longer life. How can you prevent disease from developing? How the disease develop? How it can be treated? If you are sick, how to take care of you? If you are healthy, how can you lead a longer life? If you have to rejuvenate you, what it can be done? Suppose you want to clean your system, what it can be done? Is there any way to protect you from getting illness? This is all about Ayurveda. So it's not just only about talking about, okay, oh, there are some diseases Ayurveda can do it. No. It's a system which is originated 5,000 years ago in India. And that is why it's called mother of healing. You can see that. It's called mother of healing because we can see a lot of many systems of medicine has some references from Ayurveda. Whether you take Arabic medicine or Chinese medicine or any medicines, when you take it, you will find some connections with this Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a comprehensive system of healthcare of great antiquity based on experiential knowledge and grown with perpetual additions. Even though we say perpetual additions, it's not that the general scientific basic is changed. No, we have created some additions to make sure the treatments are done in a proper, authentic way. But if you look at the theory, we are not able to change anything because whatever it's written 5,000 years ago is still the same. Ayurveda is that which deals with good, deals with bad, and how to lead a happy, and what happens if you don't, if you're having an unhappy life, how it can be taken care, and how the health can be promoters. What are the non-promoters of this unhappy life? How can you increase the nature of your span of life, and how can you protect the nature? It basically explains everything about life. Basis of life, mind, soul, and body. These three are the pillars of life which exist in all living beings. There is a mind, there is a soul, and there is a body. And the Ayurveda deals with all the three, but mostly on the body. Arogyada, we call it health, is the best source of virtue, and it is the best source of the wealth. It gives you the best gratification and emancipation, while the diseases are destroyers of welfare and life itself. If you have a healthy body, if you have health, it basically gives you the virtue, and it is the source of the virtue and the wealth and gratification. But suppose you are diseased, it destroys the welfare of life and itself. What is the basic principles of Ayurveda? It's a noble concept that man is a microcosm of the macrocosm, that is the universe. Ayurveda believes that you are the product of the nature, which is a macrocosm. Whatever you can see in the nature is there within you. There is nothing other than what you can see in the nature. So nature don't have nothing other than you, and you are also a product of the nature. Every individual is a unique phenomenon. It is a manifestation of the cosmic consciousness. We believe that body, you as an individual, is a manifestation of the cosmic consciousness. We believe the whole body basically contains 5 elements. These 5 elements are there in the nature also. And when they teach you, they are actually saying that if we found 5 elements in this nature, ether, which is space element, air, fire, water, and earth. These 5 basic elements are there in the nature, and the nature is made with these 5 elements. But if we can find a 6th element, that is going to be good. But so far we know only these 5 elements, and these 5 elements are there in your body also. And this biological organization, we call it Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. So for an example, these are the fundamental principles of Ayurveda, which means a human body is made with 5 elements. And these 5 elements constitute into 3 different constitutions of your body. One is called principle of mobility, which is a combination of air and ether or space element. Imagine a Vata constitution where the air and ether elements are high compared to fire, water, earth, and water. That doesn't mean all other 3 elements are not there, but air and ether element is high. And Vata principle is the principle of mobility. Anything moves, which means completely representing the central nervous system, we call it Vata, which is an expression of Vata. There are so much of information what is Vata constitution is all about. By looking at a person, you can identify whether his constitution has more air and space element by the looks of the person, by the way the person speaks, the condition he suffers. So we can understand it. At the same way, we call other constitution, which is called Pitta, which is a principle of transformation, which is a combination of fire and water element. So you have anything which is transformed, anything which is metabolized, anything which is digested is with the presence of fire and water. You know, look at the petrol, it is water and fire. With that, the vehicle moves. So complete metabolism. The moment you eat the food, it is digested into blood or plasma. From plasma, you get blood. From blood, you get muscle. From muscle, you get fat. And from fat, you get the bone. From bone, you get the bone marrow. From bone marrow, you get reproductive tissue. These 7 structural principles are metabolized because of the presence of the fire and water. Like you cook the food. The cooking, when you cook the food, you put the rice and you put the water, you put the fire, and the rice transformed or cooked into an edible state. And then that is actually digested into the system, and which is transformed into the next tissue. So complete metabolism is taken care of fire and water, and we call it Pitta. The same way, earth and water in our body gives a firmness, the stability, the shape. Suppose we looks like a human being, or a cat look like cat, or a dog look like a dog, or a lion look like a lion, or a tiger look like a tiger, and its shape is given by kapha. So the shape of the tissue. Imagine your nose has a shape, your ear has a shape. This shape is given by the presence of earth and water. So, which we call it firmness and stability and the principle of preservation. And if these 3 principles are balanced, that means you have air and ether in your body, you have fire and water, you have earth, you have all these 5 elements are in your body. And if it is balanced, that means if Vata, Pitta, Kapha is balanced in your system, if it is in a proper proportion in your system, you are considered healthy. If there is an increase in Vata, or there is a decrease in Vata, or there is an increase in Pitta or decrease, or if it is vitiated or Kapha has a decrease or increase, you get sick. So we find a herb. Suppose you have a rheumatism or you have a joint pain. We consider it's a condition where air and ether element in your body is disturbed. Or if you have an indigestion or a digestive issue, we say the fire element in your body is disturbed. Or if you have a problem that you have some kind of a chest congestion, or you have a problem related to you're putting on weight, or you're losing weight, or your immune system is getting weaker, we understand the kapha element in your body is disturbed. So we select herbs, or we select treatment to bring back that disturbed element in your body. So for an example, suppose you have a joint pain, we understand air element in your body is high. That is why you're having the pain. So we select herbs which can reduce the air element in your body. It is so simple. So the treatment is very simple, that you select herbs. So there are many herbs which contain more pitta element or kapha element. Or there is some elements, some plants or some treatments, some oils. We suppose oil, we believe, has the quality to bring down the air. So in joint disease, we apply that medicated oil, and the medical oil contains some herbs which can bring down this air element in your body. So this is the theory behind. The basic principle is balancing all the three constitution in your body back to normal. That means we call it samadosha, samagnischa, samadhvadhu malakriya, prasanna atma indriya manaha, swastayitya bidiyade. Means if you have a balanced dosha, balanced digestive fire, if your mind is relaxed, if your body is feeling lighter, that means you are a healthy person. So the basic principles of Ayurveda is to make sure these three elements are under balance. Ayurveda look at two aims. One is preventive measures, which is to make sure you don't fall sick. How can it be achieved by falling, to prevent that? Okay, you don't know how to make sure that, oh, how can I prevent disease? I'm already healthy. What can I do to make sure I don't fall sick? So Ayurveda teach you how can you prevent a disease from developing. Ayurveda teach you how to promote your life. You're already healthy. You want to be more healthy, to make sure that you want to lead a longer life. Then there is a promotive measures. So this is the first preventive measures. Second is cure of the disease. If you don't follow the preventive and the promotive measures, you may fall sick. So Ayurveda says these are the things you must do to make sure that this is maintained, your health is maintained, you don't fall sick. But if you don't follow, then you fall sick. Then when you fall sick, we will talk about all the diseases, how it can be managed and all those things. So Ayurveda believes. So that's a question is that Ayurveda say all the disease develops because of uncontrolled desire within your mind. It is uncontrolled desire that I want to sleep early, I want to sleep late, or I want to eat whatever I like to eat. I don't want to sleep on time. I don't want to exercise. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to achieve this. So whether you are materialistically, or even if you're actually saying that this is what I want, I don't care. I like sweets. I like chocolates. I want to eat. Or I don't want to sleep now. I just feel like, no, I don't want to sleep now. I want to sleep like at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Or I want to achieve this, whether you already have enough money, you already have good house, you already have good car, you still say, no, I want more money. So when you become completely materialistic, when your desire in your mind, so that is a real root cause. So the student is asking, okay, teacher, you say desire is the root cause of the disease. What can I do to control my desire? So he said, desire can be controlled if you're disciplined. If you are disciplined, your desire can be controlled. So he say, you what? So the student is asking, tell me, what is that? What you are talking about, the discipline. If you mean to say that I can control my mind, I can be satisfied with whatever I have, I can be healthy, and I can have a healthy mind and body. What do you mean by discipline? Then he say, wake up early. Make sure you pass your bowels, brush your teeth, exercise. If you believe in God, pray. You start your work. You have your breakfast on time. You have a lunch on time. You have a dinner on time. You retire your life, retire a day at this point of time. How many hours you must sleep. How you should have a relationship with the people. They talk about everything. But start with a simple discipline. You understand, if a person is disciplined, he will have a healthy body and a healthy mind. A person who wakes up early, who sleep on time, who exercise. There are certain things in our life which can be controlled. What are the things? We can choose what we want to eat. We can choose what time we want to sleep. We can choose where to live. We can choose what job I want. We can choose what vehicle I want. You can choose what dress you want to wear. Everything you can choose. Those things, you control it and use it properly. When you don't take care of it, you fall sick. It is as simple as it is. Rather than we always talk the COVID is like that, or we talk about the government is like that, we talk about the environment is polluted, we talk about the water is polluted, we talk about air is polluted, we talk about everything. And that is why we fall sick. We also say, my parents have diabetes, My grandfather has blood pressure, that's why I have blood pressure. We try to blame it onto everybody. No. Those things are not in your control. You don't need to think about that. You think about what you can do. You can wake up early, nobody's going to stop you. You can sleep early, nobody's going to stop you. You can exercise, nobody's going to stop you. You can choose what you want to eat. Choose with wisdom. Choose with what you want to eat. Don't eat a lot. Just eat sufficiently. So this is called discipline. Discipline the mind through a daily routine. To maintain and improve quality of it includes specific daily regimen. And when the season changes, our digestive system changes. So make sure when the season changes, eat little, sleep early, and have a ethical consideration. Try not to hurt people. Try not to hurt you. Protect yourself. Take responsibility of our system. That is the way you can prevent. So Ayurveda talks about waking up like 3:30 a.m. is the time they are recommending. At least 5 o'clock or 5:30 wake up and start the day. So waking up 3 to 6 a.m. because less vibration in the nature. After waking up, analyze the day, previous and the present day, passing bowels and brushing the teeth and scraping the tongue. They talk about what to be used for brush it. They talk about what to be used for scrape the tongue. They talk about how to put eye drops, how to put nasal cleaning, why you should gargle, how to protect your teeth. So they talk about how to protect all your 5 sense organs. And they talk about apply some medicated oil on your body or even simple sesame oil. If you can't apply for the whole body, apply at least for the head, ear, and lobes of the feet, of the ear and the feet. Exercise regularly. Don't exercise too much. Only one strength, half of one strength. Every day excess can be dangerous. Have a shower. Take a shower before eating. Never within 2 hours after eating. Do not use hot water on head. It is bad for vision and hair. Meditate. Anything can be meditation as long as it's sincere and heartfelt. Be disciplined in your thought, deed, and deed. Follow the moral conduct. So this is all. It's very simple. Just practice it. 100% sure you won't fall sick. Then they talk about 3 pillars. That is, make sure you have a healthy life in such a way that your diet is taken care, your sleep is taken care, your relationship is taken care. And then they talk about what is the importance of the proper diet, how to make sure that food is taken care. Then they talk about eight dietary rules. They say if you want to have a perfect digestion, understand what you eat. Means make sure you eat whatever you eat. Try to understand what you eat. Don't eat just you buy the things from outside and just eat it. Understand what you eat. How the food is processed is important. Make sure the food is processed properly. That means if a food, for an example, a rice which is cooked with fire, direct fire, it digests very well. The same food which is processed when you grill it, or when you actually use any other way of cooking, may not be so easy to digest it. So try to cook directly. Even pressure cooker also sometimes may not be so healthy. So how do you cook matters, and what are the combinations of the food you use? Basically, yogurt is a very easily available food, but yogurt and milk products should never be taken. If you're a non-vegetarian, try to be. If you're a vegetarian, you can have milk products, but if you're a non-vegetarian, try to avoid yogurt with that. Try to avoid cheese with non-vegetarian food because it's incompatible. So there are so many incompatibles. Like suppose you're having a yogurt, never cook yogurt. Make sure it is in a normal temperature, and never take yogurt every day, and never have spinach and leafy vegetable when you take yogurt. So there are certain things which is not, combinations are not good. Quantity, how much you should eat. If you divide your stomach into 4, 2 parts with solid food, 2 parts, 1 part water, 1 part leave it empty. And we need only maximum 2 meals, maybe 3 meals. Don't take more than that. So have food, small quantity, 2 times a day. You can skip your breakfast, have an early lunch, and have an early dinner. That's enough for us. So understand how much to eat. And quantity, then desha, where you are grown. So when you are actually grown in Malaysia, the best suitable food which is available is grown in Malaysia. So try to minimize things which is actually coming from outside. It's not needed. The rambutan, durian, and jackfruit, and nangka, and mata kuching, and longan, all these are the best fruit for us because it's grown here, in the same place which you are actually living. rather than taking all those colorful fruits which is coming from outside. So try to have the things which is actually locally made. And so the time of the food, what time you eat, make sure that it's not taken very early. Have it, our sun, the sun represents the complete biochemical changes in the world. The same way we have a digestive fire, which also is like representing the sun only. Slowly your digestion comes up. So lunchtime is the best time to digest the food. So make sure you have a healthy, heavy meal during that time. And dinner, when the sun sets, our digestive fire is poor. So have something very light. Don't take late dinner and supper. And if you still want to have, you can have a light breakfast. Otherwise, skip it. That's enough. Upayoga Vyavastha. These are the rules of taking food. Make sure you respect the food which you eat. Have a simple prayer before you eat. Make sure the food is taken only after you had a shower. Not that all the 3 times you should have it. The meaning is that make sure you have a food which is taken, then don't have shower immediately after the food. And serve with love, cook with love. And don't eat in a broken plate. And make sure the food is kept on a table. Don't stand and walk around and eat. Eat don't try to look at the television or computer or the phone and eat the food. Respect the food. And then make sure eat slowly. Don't eat too fast. So those are the rules of taking. And also the person who comes you the food. Is he a healthy person? Then eat normal. If you're sick, then eat little. If you have some other sickness, okay, if you're a diabetic, understand you can't eat these things. Avoid it. If you have hypertension, these things you cannot be taken. If you have a skin problem, this doesn't suit. So understand who takes it. If you can follow this is some simple explanation about how important is our food. So these are the elements which is actually used to protect or prevent disease from developing. Wake up early, sleep early, exercise regularly, have a shower every day, and make sure that you don't eat too much of food. It's very simple. And follow, be disciplined, it can protect you. At the same time, also, now come to the second point, which is the aim. The second aim is the medical intervention, where treatment in Ayurveda support natural process, balances the vitiated dosa, detoxify the body. It has 8 branches, relief from different disease and varied age group, prevent disease from developing, cure the disease based on nature and stage of the disease, it rejuvenates. So treatment in Ayurveda support natural process. It balances the dosha, the one which I was talking, the constitution. It helps to detoxify the body, and it has 8 branches. So let us look at it. Ayurveda has 2 different schools of thought. One is Bharadwaja, one is Dhanvantari. The Bharadwaja school of thought, or Charaka Samhita, which is written almost 3,000 years back, says that every condition can be treated by giving medicines. But there is another school of thought, which is Shushruta Samhita, says that in some conditions of tumor and everything, you may need a surgery. So this is 2 powerful thoughts are conclusively or concisely, or it is comprehensively used in Ayurvedic treatment program. And Shushruta says, or Dhanvantari school of thought says, that some condition needs surgery. In olden days, Ayurveda was using surgery. Nowadays, it's not there because anesthesia and all those documentations are lost. While there was a lot of invasion happened those 100 years between 1826 to 1926, all those informations are lost. But the other school, which is widely used now, says that every condition, even if it's a surgical condition, it can be treated by using herbal medicine. So these are the tools. So Ayurveda talk about 8 branches: Kaya Chikitsa, which is general medicine; Bala Chikitsa, which is pediatric and gynecological; Graha Chikitsa, which is study of toxicology study of psychology; Urdhvanga, which is ENT; Shalya Chikitsa, which is surgery; Agata Tantra, which is toxicology; Rasayana, which is rejuvenation; Vachikarna, which is aphrodisiac. Rejuvenation is for the people who are old, they want to live a longer life. And aphrodisiac is for the people who are younger, who wanted to have a healthy reproductive fluid to make sure that they have a healthy child. So Kaya Chikitsa, which describes the research and the cause and symptoms, healing methods and therapeutic intervention to the disease which affects the entire system, like fever, infections, viral fevers, tuberculosis, epilepsy, diabetes, and skin diseases. Pediatric talk, which deals with the nursing and healthy bringing up of infants, with purification and improving the quality of mother's milk, found deficient in any of its characteristic traits, and also with cure for diseases peculiar to infant life, and due to the use of mother's milk, the Bala stage is up to the age of 16. So this biological pediatrics is up to the age of 16. Then psychiatric deals with the treatment for psychological disturbances like schizophrenia and bipolar and all those mental illnesses. ENT and ophthalmology explains treatments of those diseases which are restricted to the upper body as ears, eye, mouth, and nose. And surgicals are the surgical, which are basically as a removal of any extraneous substance such as grass, particular stone, iron, bone from splinters, nail, hair, clotted blood, or condensed pus to draw out and dead fetus from the uterus, and to deal with the principle and mode of using the handling surgical instrument. This department is slowly, but because conventional system has a great way of doing surgery, this department is not much developed now. Agadandra is this toxicology, deals with the bite of from snakes, spiders, and venomous worms and their characteristic symptoms. An antidote, this is the treatment of poison bites. The Rasayanam, which deals with specific objects, the prolongation of human life and the invigoration of the memory and the vital organs of a man, and deals with the recipes which enables a man to resist disease and decay. It deals with the treatment for prevention of old age. It makes sure if you follow this properly, it can prolong your life. Vajigarna, which is sexology and aphrodisiac, this will be measures by which the reproductive principle, which is naturally scanty or deficient in quality. The technique and practice is very similar to the rejuvenation and primarily is done for the householder. So for treatment plan, Nidana Parivarjana, which means avoidance of causative and precipitating factors of disease. For an example, suppose you have a cough, and your cough is increased by taking some of the food, maybe milk products or maybe cold food or all those things. So understand what is the root cause and treat to make sure that root cause is taken care. Samshodhana, where a bio-cleansing treatment program is involved. Suppose there are deep involved toxins are involved, then we do a treatment program to clean the body. And Samshamana, where maybe the patient is already palliative care, where it's already very advanced and nothing can be done to cure the disease, but how to make sure the person's quality and the quality of the life is improved. Then they talk about health promoting regimen. How can you make sure the health is promoted by understanding what is not suitable, what is suitable for you to incorporate. These are the 4 things which is involved in a treatment plan. So this is actually one of the basic treatment program of Panchakarma, which is a detoxification program, which is one of the strength of Ayurveda, facilitates better bioavailability of pharmacological therapies, helps to bring about homeostasis of body humors, eliminate disease-causing complexes from the body, checks the recurrence and progression. So this is introduced in some time to clean your body, to make sure the health is maintained. Sometimes it is used to remove the toxins from the body and treat that particular condition. Sometimes it is done to rejuvenate your body and also to arrest the progression of the disease. So we do use different kind of oil applications. So that means the detoxification. So the 5 cleansing procedures, we call it therapeutic emesis, which is making you induced vomiting, induced purging, induced decoction. There are 2 kinds of, and is also nasal inhalation. So these are the treatment techniques which is used. Like Vamana is a program which is used to remove the toxins from the body, which is for the upper part of the body. Virejana, which is used in therapeutic, which is done in lower part of the body. So these are the 5 treatment techniques. And just some information about Ayurveda. The graduation is about 5.5 years. Post-graduation is 3 years. Postdoctorate PhD is minimum 2 years. And you also have a membership of Rashtriya Ayurveda Vidya about 2 years. Short courses, certificate or diploma, all these things. But it has actually recognized, but only a person who complete graduation can practice. A number of colleges, UG 450 to Ayurveda college, PG there are 100. Admission per capacity is UG level is 23,000, PG level 2,000. Number of registered practitioners at present is 688,000. Number of hospital 3,800. Number of beds in hospital 65,000. Number of dispensary 20,000. And clinical research validation development is done in various diseases. 18 projects going on. Medical plant research, ethnobotanical survey and cultivation methods are available. Drug standardization, pharmacopoeia standards are developed. Pharmacology research, pharmacological toxicology studies are going on. 10 formulation. Literature research, 15 projects are going. Tribal health research, total 12,000 population, 760 village has been covered and published 2 monograph and under tribal health project. CCRS Institute Vice Activities, 31 National Institute, numerous projects, database of medicinal plan, 27 research project. Challenges, acute infections are a challenge for Ayurveda, emergency and trauma care is challenges, surgical cases and anesthesia is challenges in Ayurveda. Ayurveda has been a holistic, inclusive, progressive and continuously evolving knowledge system with universal attributes. The integrative approach to healthcare and cure has been basic metrics of Ayurveda practice. Ayurveda gives priority to individuality to protect health. Ayurveda offers a choice to limit willingly or the nature will limit us. Ayurveda can be integrated with any system of medicine without having any drug interaction. And thank you for listening. Loga Samasto Subhino Bhavantu. Wishing all a healthy, longer life and be safe. Thank you.